Hello everyone, I'm Anil Bharti from Department of Computer Science and Engineering, BLDS CT, Vijaypur. In the last video, we have discussed about propositions, logical connectives, and few examples on those. Along with that, we have also discussed what is tautology, what is contradiction, and what is contingency. Now, in today's class, we will discuss laws of logic. There are 10 laws of logic for your syllabus. Now, these 10 laws are very important. If you remember these, you will be able to solve the problems which will be coming up in the concepts that I am going to explain in upcoming classes. Well, so I'll go with first one. Now, law of double negation. It means that if, say for example, there is a P proposition P, then double negation of P, that is negation of P is P, and we will denote it by equivalence. So negation of P is equal to P, or it is equivalent to P. So this is law of double negation. Now we will go to second law, that is idempotent law. Now there are two laws for idempotent. The first one is, let me write it as A. P or P, it is logically equivalent to P. P or P is logically equivalent to P. One more, P and P, even it is logically equivalent to P. So this is second idempotent law. Remember this. P or P will yield you again P, and P and P is also logically equivalent to P. This is idempotent law. I will go for third law, that is identity law. Again, there are two in identity law. So first one is P is a proposition, then P or F naught is logically equivalent to P. Now here F naught is nothing but contradiction, that is all truth values are 0. Now you consider any example, say P is 1, say for example P is 1, or F naught means 0 only. So 1 or 0 is 1. If you observe, value of P was 1, again it is giving you 1. So in general, identity law is P or F naught is logically equivalent to P. This is first law. Second one, second identity law is P and T naught will be logically equivalent to P. T naught here means truth values will be always true. It is like tautology, and it is F naught is like contradiction. Well, now we'll go for inverse law, fourth one. So again there are two laws in inverse. The first one is P or negation of P. This is logically equivalent to T naught. That is P or not P is always going to be tautology. Second one, P and not P, it will be logically equivalent to F naught. Means P and not P will always yield you the contradiction, that is all truth values will be zeros. So this is inverse law. Now let us go for fifth one, domination law. Now in this case, P or T naught will be logically equivalent to T naught. See, T naught means again truth values are 1. If you or the 1, you take any combination with 1 with OR operation, it may be 0 or it may be 1. It is always going to yield you 1, because what I mean OR operation says, say both inputs must be 0, then only output is going to be 0. Otherwise if 1 is there in this combination of inputs, then it is always giving you 1. So when you are giving input as tautology, that is 1, always it is going to be 1. So P or T naught is always T naught. Okay. Well, now this is the first one. Second one is P and F naught. It will always give you F naught. That is, it will be a contradiction. So these are the two domination laws. Now commutative law. Say P or Q will be logically equivalent to Q or P. A. Now B or second, P and Q will be logically equivalent to Q and P. This is commutative law. Then seventh one is absorption law. So first one in this, right? P or P and Q. So this will be logically equivalent to P. One more law, all right? P, this time instead of or you should write and. Now here instead of and you should write or. Q. This is also P. Okay. Now P or P and Q. Observe that these two signs are different, and in the second vice versa. Instead of or we are taking and, instead of and we are taking or, but answer is P. That is, RHS is always going to be P. These two laws are called as absorption laws. Well, now next, De Morgan's law. Not P or Q is logically equivalent to, listen, it is distributed like not P, but instead of this or it will be and not is distributed inside, so not Q. So not P or Q is logically equivalent to not P and not Q. Now one more, not P and Q. Now I hope you are going to write this, that is not P, instead of and you should write or here and not Q. This is the De Morgan's law. Now ninth one, associative law. This again, first one, P or Q or R, it is logically equivalent to P or Q bracket or R. Listen, so for last two inputs we have bracket here in case of LHS and it is empty. So when in RHS, for first two we can put bracket and outside the bracket you can have or R. No symbol is changed, or. This is associative law. Now similarly for second one, with the help of AND operation, P and Q and R is logically equivalent to P and Q first, then and R. Sorry, this is R. Okay, this is associative law. Now last one is distributive law. So P or Q and R is logically equivalent to, so it will be distributed like P or Q first. Okay, we have distributed this P inside. Now and, so this and I'm going to write here. Now again P is distributed with this R, P or R. Okay, now similarly in this similar fashion we have second one, like P, instead of or you write and Q or R. Now it is logically equivalent to P is distributed with Q with this symbol P and Q. This symbol R should be written over here. Then P and R. So this is distributed law. Now these are the 10 laws of logic. You should remember these 10. These are very important for further topics. Okay, now next we will go with this. Well, we see law for negation of a conditional. Now I'll write one example. Say conditional means P conditional Q. This is the conditional operation. Now negation of this. So negation of this conditional will be, you can either solve by using by plotting truth table for all these combinations, or else you can directly write it as P and not Q. So remember, it will be helpful in theorems. Say if you have negation of P conditional Q, you can directly write P and not Q. Or else if you want to make use of truth tables, you can plot truth table, you can have P, Q, then you can have combination of P conditional Q, the negation of that. So you will be getting those values. But in case of theorems, if you see negation of P conditional Q, you can directly write P and negation of Q. Okay. Now we can prove this. Let us try to prove this. P, Q, I have written values 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. Now I will write not Q first. Not Q means negation of this column. 0, I can write 1, 1, 0, 0 is there, 1, then 1 is there, 0. Okay. Then I will write P conditional Q over here. P conditional Q means first input must be high, next must be low, then only answer is low. So for third combination it is going to be 0, for remaining it is 1. Well, now I will write negation of P conditional Q. So its negation means it will be 0, 0, 1, 0. Now I will write this P and not Q, means this P and not Q, these two. So AND operation is there, means both inputs should be 1, then only output is 1, otherwise 0. 0, 1 is 0. 0 and 0 is 0. 1 and 1 is 1. 1 and 0 is 0. Now we have got this P or not Q. Now if you observe, see what is the LHS? Not P conditional Q, not P conditional Q, this column. Then what is the RHS? P and not Q. This is the second. If you observe, both columns are having same truth values. See here 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0. Hence it is proved. We can make use of truth tables to prove such equations. Okay. Now next we'll have one more table which gives direct negations of some propositions. Like if negation of P is a proposition, what is its negation? It will be simply P. I'll write one more, P and Q. What is its negation? Negation of P or negation of Q, using De Morgan's law you can say. Well, now P or Q, what is its negation? Again by using De Morgan's law I can write not P, instead of or I should write and not Q. Now one more, P conditional Q. So what is its negation? Just now we have proved that P and not Q. So this is negation, that is law for negation of a conditional. Thank you.